What is up, Bodyweight Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Today I've got probably one of the most requested follow-alongs I've had recently, and that is a stretching routine, a flexibility routine for specifically cyclists. As always, there is an offline PDF follow along with pictures linked in the description down below. So if you want to use that one, go check that one out. Otherwise, let's jump straight into this routine. Right, so we're gonna start up in the shoulder area and then work our way down to the lower limbs. And we're gonna look at opening up the chest. When we're cycling, we're in a forward position, rounded shoulders, rounded back. A lot of compression here, a lot of shortening of this side, tight hamstrings, tight quads. There's a whole lot to address. So we're gonna start off with some cat-cow. So we're gonna start in a quadruped position, and we're simply gonna start with some breathing. So as you inhale, we're gonna try and extend through the spine. So we're gonna try and arch our back as much as possible. Inhale, look up at the sky. And then as you breathe out, you're gonna try and arch the back as much as possible. And tuck the chin. Just gonna do 10 of these. So I'm gonna breathe in. And then breathe out. What you wanna do, as you're about to go to extend, you imagine you've got some headlights or a light on your bum, and you're gonna try and shine that light at the sky. And really feel that back contract. Well, 5 here now. Another 4. Nice controlled breathing with this one. And I want it to be like a continuous sort of effort. So 2 more. So last one here. I'm gonna come down into a prone position. We're gonna have our hands underneath our shoulders, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and breathe in, nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're gonna push from our hands and try to push as far as up as we can. We only wanna go as far up as we can keep our hip in contact. So if we come up here and our hips are up, this is no good. We want our hips to remain in contact, so just come as far as you feel you can get your arms up. And then as you breathe in, you come back down to that bottom position. Breathe out on the way up. Breathe in as you come back down. So we're gonna do 5 of these in total. That's 1 done. Two. So we're looking for the lower back just to relax here. So again, just push down as far as you feel comfortable. Keep those hips on the floor. 2 more. It's the last one now. So come down again. Right, so staying in this face down position, we're actually going to do some thoracic rotation extension work. So essentially, we're going to be doing the motion of pulling kind of a bow back, and through doing this motion, we're going to rotate around the shoulders, going to open up the chest a bit, kind of correct some of this position, which you might be used to doing. You're going to want for this one a pillow, something to support your head so you can lie on your side, and make sure you have plenty of space either side. We're going to start on the right hand side, so you can then start by lying right hand side, right arm extended out, and then from here, the more you tuck up, the more this is going to focus on that rotation. The further you tuck, the more it's going to allow that rotation to go into the lower back. So more tuck, harder, less tuck, easier. We're going to start hands together. We're essentially going to pull back. We're going to stroke all the way up our arm across our chest, and we're trying to think about pulling this elbow down towards the ground. We want to make sure we can touch the ground. So again, if that means you have to open up that tuck, that's what you need to do. We also want to make sure that these knees don't come off the ground. We'll try and think about keeping them pinned down to the ground. So we've got two opposing forces. So we're trying to pull our knees down here. We're trying to pull our elbow down to the ground. So we're going to do 5 per side. We're going to breathe in as we pull over. And we're going to breathe out as we come back. Really reach over as you come back as well. So breathe in. Make sure you're pulling the knees down, pulling the elbow down. Get a nice rotation of the spine. So number 4 now. And then the last one, we're going to pause in this last one for a few breaths in that twisted, rotated position. So rotate around. We're just going to pause now and take a couple of breaths in. So great, I'm now going to get you to swap to your left-hand side. I'm going to do this by flipping around, but you can just literally turn over. And we're going to repeat that same movement again. So left hand down, tuck up as far as you need to. Going to reach that hand away. You're then going to pull that elbow back and round, keep those knees on the floor, breathe in. Then breathe out, go back to that starting position. So we're on 3 now. That's 4. Do one more. You can pause in this last one. So remember, a couple of deep breaths here. And that is that stretch done. From here, we're going to sit up. We're going to place our hands behind us, fingertips facing away. Nice tight position. We're just going to start to walk those fingertips out. I'm going to try and keep the chest up. Just don't let the shoulders around. We're going to keep the chest up, pin the shoulder blades away, and just keep walking as far as we can. We're looking for a stretch now over the arm, over the bicep, potentially even into the chest. This one's it's called the German sit. We're just going to sit in this position once we get to a point of stretch. Active with the shoulders, so that just don't relax into it. Try to be always lifting the chest upwards. The reason we're doing this is, sat on a bike, spend a lot of time, again, that forward position, the arms and the biceps in a shortened position, so we're going to stretch them out, we're going to open things up. Again, we can just breathe, we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. So over this 30 seconds, you can try to let those hands just inch that more or further behind you as feels comfortable. Remember, always pushing down and away with the hands. Keep holding for a little bit longer, another 10 seconds. Another little breath in. We can walk our way back up. We're actually going to now go from here into a 90-90 position. So we're going to have our right leg forward and we're going to swivel our left leg back and round. So what we're looking for here is that our front leg coming directly out in front of us at 90 degrees. We're going to bend the knee to 90 degrees as well. So that's our first 90-90. Second leg is going to go out at 90 degrees. And then our knee is also going to be at 90. So from here, we're going to twist, we're going to face forward, Try to be as upright as possible. If this isn't comfortable for you, if you can't quite get in this position, if you feel like you're falling over onto your side, just get yourself a little elevation, place it underneath the hip. Just gonna reduce the intensity here and allow you to get in a better position. So just do that as you feel is needed. From here, we're gonna try to roll forward onto this front leg. So we're gonna think about twisting the pelvis, rolling it over, not rounding the back over. So keep the chest nice and tall. So roll, lean forward into it. Should feel a stretch in that glute of this front leg. And then from here, we can do some PNF. So we're gonna try and think about pushing this knee down into the ground using our glute. So contract the muscle, press down into it. Press down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe out. I'm gonna try and lean a little bit deeper into it. So 3 of those. So we're gonna breathe in again and we're gonna press the knee down. So press 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lean a little bit deeper again, keeping that chest up, leaning into it. Last one, press 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm just gonna rest in this, relax, this last sort of position, feeling the best stretch on that glute. I'm gonna hold this for another 10 seconds. So come up, gonna twist to face more into that center position. Gonna swivel the hips, drop them to the other side. If you're not just gonna swap there, we're gonna do 5 of these hip swivels. Just moving in and out. As much as possible, we're just gonna try and keep the chest facing forwards and just dropping the knees from each side. So, one more, and we're gonna end up, so we're facing the left-hand side. So now we're in that same 90-90 position, left hip facing forward, right leg at 90 as well. So we got that nice 90-90. We're gonna take our hand, we're gonna lean forward into it again. Elevate those hips as you need to, by the way. And we're gonna find that point of stretch. And then we're gonna do some more PNF. So we're gonna actively push the knee down into the ground. Gonna hold 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, we're gonna go deeper into that stretch. Okay, do another one here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go deeper. So last one. Press the knee down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go deeper. We're gonna hold this last position for 10 seconds. We're gonna come back up. Again, we're gonna do some of those hip swivels. We're just gonna do 5. So we're gonna rotate around. Pause for a second, try to keep that chest facing forward. Another one. One more. I'm gonna finish on this right-hand side. So we're now gonna stand up into a nice plank position. We're gonna press into a downward dog. So this one we're thinking about the hamstrings rather than the shoulders. So I don't mind if the shoulders are a bit close. I just want you to push to the point at which you feel a stretch in the hamstrings. If that means you're more up here, absolutely fine. Just kind of move to where it feels comfortable. We're just gonna walk backwards and forwards. So when you go down with the ankle, you're gonna feel a more intense stretch because it's bringing in that sciatic nerve. Just walking side to side, feeling it out. If you are quite tight, you can do this with your hands on a sofa or a chair or something. That's gonna bring you up even higher, reduce the stretch. So I'm just gonna do about 20 of these going back and forth. So a few more per side. A bit of a stretch in the hamstring. So we're going to take our right leg and bring our right leg forward to our hand line. So we're in essentially a bit of a lunge position now. From here, we're just gonna go down and we're gonna try and get nice and low down. We're gonna let this knee drop out to the side as feels comfortable, so we feel a stretch on the inside of the thigh underneath, the hamstring adductor, and we're also gonna be looking to feel a stretch over the hip flexor of this back leg. So we're gonna come down as far as we can. If that for you is here, that's fine. If that for you is on your elbows, also fine. Just gonna hold this position now, feel a bit of that stretch. Just gonna hold this for 30 seconds. Just try to chill out here. Nothing too serious. Keep holding. Another 10 seconds or so. Sure, just gonna go back to that straight arm position at the top. Gonna let this front foot wiggle out a little bit, and then we're gonna twist and we're gonna move and lean into our left-hand side. So we should now feel a bit more of an emphasis on this back leg over the hip flexor, but also going down into the side of the body as well. So move out, feel it out as comfortable. We're just gonna make sure we twist into that side and just sink down and just find that point of stretch and then just hold it. Straight arm, the load is on this arm. Again, we're just gonna sit and we're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. So keep holding, another 15 seconds here. Another 5 seconds or so. Perfect. All right, go back. So both legs back. Now I'm gonna bring our left leg forward, same stretch. So bring it forward up to that left hand. We're then gonna just drop down as low as we can. So just keep lowering the torso. If you can get onto your elbows, that's great. We're just gonna hold this position for 30 seconds. Throughout this, just try to keep the breathing pretty relaxed. If you can't breathe nice and sort of diaphragmatically, then you're probably pushing the stretch a little bit too much. You can ease out of it. Another 10 seconds here. I'm going to come up again. So now we're going to lean into our right hand side as we wiggle this foot out a bit. And just again, feel that stretch going into the side and a little bit more intense on that back hip. Anyway, just breathe. So just keep holding this one. Make sure that arm's locked, just kind of resting on that arm. Perfect. Nice stretch position. We're going to press up a little into some of those downward dogs. Again, doesn't matter too much about the shoulders, just try and feel the stretch on the hamstrings. A wobble, just sit in this position for 10 seconds or so, a second. And we can come down. We're actually going to come to a kneeling position now. On our toes, knees on the ground. What we're going to do here is we're just going to lean back as far as we can. So we're going to try and squeeze our hips, squeeze our glutes open. Feels a little bit more comfortable. You can actually drop the feet into a pointed position as well. So again, walk on back, lean on back. I'm just going to lift the hips up, push the shoulders down. So it should feel like a nice stretch over the hips. Squeeze the glutes to make sure the glutes are engaged. And then we're just going to hold this position. Those of you who are a little bit more flexible, you can move to what would be a camel position. But for the moment, Just being active, squeezing the glutes, trying to feel like you're gonna tuck the hips under, so don't arch the back. Try to squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward and up. We're gonna hold for another 20 seconds. So keep holding, keep squeezing. Active position, looking for a stretch over the quads. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one, I'm gonna finish up with a nice child pose position, so staying in that kneeling position. We're just gonna sink the hips back, reach the hands out overhead. We're just gonna sink and hold this position. Always just take 5 breaths here, nothing too strenuous, just kind of relax in the position. Should feel like kind of tension just releasing a little bit. Another 10 seconds here. That is basically the routine. As always guys, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, you can hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. Right next to it is also that subscribe button if you want to join the Bodyweight Warrior tribe as we get close to 500,000 subscribers. Make sure you don't miss out any more future videos. If you have any questions about today's follow along, then leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you have any other requests for any other more follow alongs as well. But that has basically been it for this week, guys. I'll catch you in the next episode. Have a strong week. Out.